realized that when I do all my videos, I have these in, and I realized as long as my settings are all right, I don't actually need these because nothing is playing through these. It's literally how my whole shit works. So I don't know why. Like if I'm doing a video, I could be like this and I don't have to worry too much about it. I don't know. It's just like if I'm streaming, yeah, absolutely pull these out, and I probably should get wired ones because it's like the millisecond difference and shit. But like, yeah, I realize I'm a fucking idiot. Well, with that being said, there's quite a lot of battle rap to talk about. So let's talk about No Loose Chat Premier Battles. I say I'm recording this, right? I think the Iceman album comes out in like a few hours. So like I'm about to, all the girls, whoever I'm text, yeah, back the fuck up. I'm gonna be in my feels. Drake gonna talk that shit. He gonna talk the talk. Iceman's coming back. Iceman, baby, why you been so cold? Free the world, free the world.
I must not give in to these fantasies of weakness. Doubtless this is some charm laid on me by an evil shaman, evil sorcerer. Only the chase has meaning. It's meaning.
Yeah. Keep running. Yo. Look, I'm in the outback where it's spooky. Wildcats still pursue me like owls do to the rats and the clouds do when I'm moody. Proud dads to Suzuki's. You backed out and amuse me. I'm good hair from I tear your whole crown flat. From I'm in the outback with no neighbors. Giant snakes in the gators. You feel fear in your veins ever since the moment you came in. Heat raises the stakes and baked meat is the fragrance. I reign here from a day to doubt that. From I'm in the outback with my chest out, I'm the best out. Who's next? Put you through the test, do the chew your neck out. When you eat through tube and bed bound, from I eat mountains for breakfast. Keep rounds in these
Yo, shout out to everybody out there who's watching this. Subscribe to the channel. He's doing big things. My man Cammy. It's your man Cass, aka Angry Fan Man. We up out of here, man.
Hey, it's Cammygbr. We are here. There's a lot of battle rap. There is a lot of battle rap, and it's good because it's kind of like the summer sort of feels like the scene's kind of kicked back into gear. You know, probably Premier Battles who took the hiatus, and you know there wasn't really anyone that properly took advantage of it. I think the people that took advantage of it most was Trenches. With their event with chess and whatnot. I think Yen and Premier members only. They had their female event. I'm wanting that footage. Where the fuck is that footage? We don't get Maverick versus Whispers. One shot, and we don't get a full card of male versus female. Oh, I love Yen. I love Funky. I love these guys. Stop picking battles if you're not gonna upload them. It's rage-inducing. It's totally rage-inducing. But no, salute to them. I'm sure they have a plan. I'm sure they have a plan. It's just, come on, give me some. Like I smell good battles. I'm smelling something different, and I'm wanting it. But yeah, you know, not many people took advantage of the actual situation. To be honest, you know, while Premier Battles were kind of in the mercs doing their thing on the down low, on the secret, there wasn't anyone that was properly like, oh, we have a 4 or 5 month gap. Let's fucking throw 3 cards on, you know. But you know, that's just circumstantial. It just would have happened to be that it was a bad year for, you know, even like say No Loose Chat. Don't flop, and you know they just didn't take advantage of the gap of the market. You know, this would have been I tell you what, when Premier Battles aren't doing an event, this would have been the time for a birthday. You know, every November, whether between November 5th to November 17th, there was always a big birthday event. This would have been perfect. And this would have been, oh, now we're in this top 2 conversation. We just didn't get it. But you know, it's all circumstantial. But big but, ayo, we do have a summer of love in battle rap where it's very UK focused. It's very you know, there's a lot going on. You know, whether like I'm gonna get to Second City another video. Is it Second City League, something like that? Who the fuck are these guys? And who the Yunnan, Pamphlet, Barsky, like they just need Pamphlet versus Graza, huh? I mean, fair. It came out of nowhere. I thought this was the Portsmouth League, but it turns out it's in Birmingham, which, you know, shout out Battle Rap Resume. I'm sure he'll be in the building. He better fucking be in the building. I'll probably not be there, but no, it depends. I think it all circumstantial and depends on my holidays and stuff. But I'm distracting myself from the point. We've got 2 cards I want to talk about here. No Loose Chat. That's like that's the first one coming, and then we've got Premier Battles, the semi-final in Manchester. So let's do predictions and break them down, yo. Let's go. This No Loose Chat I've got. It's you know what. The thing where I always say this about No Loose Chat, from everything that I've been made aware of, No Loose Chat is, I think, the most generous of the leagues in regards to whether it's pay and all this stuff. Like they are the most generous. No Loose Chat's the first league to offer me to travel to go down, and as much as I appreciate that, I'm like, that cost a fucking bomb, and who am I? Don't worry, no, don't worry about it. I have to get off the holidays first before doing that. But you know, I think between Battle Rap, it's kind of like the No Loose Chat is definitely. It's definitely one of those that they'll provides, you know, the money's thrown. Same with Premier Battles, but that's like opportunities, and it's promo, it's booking venues, it's that sort of thing where No Loose Chat is, you know, Crash will probably get paid for this. The title match will probably get paid for this, you know, but when it comes with paying for people, it also comes at a price, no pun intended, where you have a smaller card because you're justifying for paying for people or whatever the. I just know that that No Loose Chat have been very generous to their talent, and that's quite difficult if that's the standard to then always do this every event. So they get caught in this kind of muddy of keeping up standard versus amount of events, and sometimes it's like era versus era, and then it's era versus era like the next year because of the money and stuff, and it gets a little tough. So you get like a card like this, which is, you know, it's a fine enough card. It's a 3 battle card. We'll get to it. Red Wolf versus Black Tea. Hey, Red Wolf. I have never known a lamb to willingly walk into the slaughter. I love you, Red Wolf. I love you. I have never known that. Where you know, the wolf it's like the pigs walked into the wolf's house rather than the wolf going to the pigs' houses. You know, it's one of those where I respect it, and if you beat Black Tea, 1 rounder or not, oh, No Loose Chat. Hey, because Black Tea's talk spicy, and his battle that he had versus MK is so fire. Like, it's one of those where you're gonna go, that might be a battle of the year contender, and then to go into this, oh, and at the end of the year where we're doing battle of the year conversations, this we're halfway through the year. This could make a difference. So it's a risky one for both. You know, I'm glad it's happening. I think I just seen Black Tea go amazing, go crazy on MK. So like, and Red Wolf has improved so much, but it's not in comparison to what I've seen live from Black Tea in April versus. But you know, like with the Red Wolf's performance, I think technically the last battle is Yaneth. The way that the brackets all worked, I think that's technically the last battle. So, like, you know, he took a different approach, and, you know, Yaneth, respect to Yaneth, got himself a bit upset. Like, you know, these things kind of curb, but it just, like Black T was special when I seen him. So, and a lot of people had said he had performance of the night of the April card, of the secret card. Should be coming out soon. I'm just saying. I think this is gonna have to go, especially in a one rounder where Black T could do whatever the fuck he wants, and it's the pacing control, and you don't have to worry about cutting it into 3. Yeah, I'll go with Black T on that one. Pyro versus Crash. Pyro. Now, I think I'd seen Pyro live in January. Yes, I did see him. I had to go check my phone there. You won't even notice it. I watched him versus Hood's Finest in January. Pyro was okay. I think there's probably somewhere. I'd have to go back and remember exactly the things that I said for Pyro to do, because I remember being not critical, but kind of like quite matter of fact about some of the guys coming up, and I remember Hood's Finest kind of shit in the bed, like, I know how good that man is. I've seen how good that man is, and in a year's difference, he was a totally different battle rapper, and that's respect to him. I compare to his first ever, or at least his first that I was aware of, to that performance, and it's just different. And Pyro was fine. Pyro was consistent. I think I would just want more, from what I can recall, I just want more drama. I want more pizzazz. I want more raw with Pyro. But he's up against Crash. Come on now. Crash is just too veteran in the sport to lose to Pyro. And if it's anything, Crash has been following the entire tournament with Lorne. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows exactly how to if you've watched every week, if you watch battle rap for 5 months, like every week, you must have picked up something. And that's not as if Crash isn't veteran enough to be able to not watch it and come in and win anyway, but you must have picked something up. So I am expecting quite a lot from Crash, as a talent, as a veteran, but I hope he doesn't take it easy or use this as a chance to put Pyro over a little bit. I do hope there's a burial, not that a Pyro chokes dies and all that, but I do hope that I'm going to try and kill you, and the only way he's putting you over is if you don't swim, you drown. That's the only thing I want from Crash. If he doesn't swim, he drowns. That's it. You better fucking use them arms. You better learn. And but I believe Crash will win. It would come hand in hand. Pause. That's actually a really crazy one. But Pyro, I need more pizzazz from Pyro. I need more energy, more passion, more energy. And I can never just say, oh yeah, work on your writtens. No, but I think where there's risk taking, more pockets, pacing. That would be where I would say for Pyro, from what I can recall. But and Crash can work all of them out. He can work all of them out, and he's been away for a while. It feels like I've not seen a Crash battle in a long time. So yeah, I'll go Crash. I think it's a 3-rounder, 3-zip. I have to, but Pyro, get your shit off, bro. Get your shit. And a no loose chat title match now. How have these gone again? I'd have to go back and check the No Loose Chat title matches, because do you want to know, there was such a little break between the No Loose Chat cards and whatnot that I was starting to forget the champions. I'm sure Tech was a champion for a while. So was this Tech losing to TKE and TKE now facing Templar? Is that the trajectory? Because I remember there was the whole thing of RX, because that was April. It was Whispers versus Tech, and there was kind of like new age, new energy and whatnot, and Tech being a veteran as well. That was, like, from what I remember, a close battle. But I think Tech won, because there was. I might be spaffing, pause, but that's from what I could recall. Apologies. But now we have this. Now Templar, I fucking rock with Templar, man. Templar is of that, like, Whispers is of a Templar cloth, and you know the meme of me and Whispers, right? And I see, like, I remember watching Templar on URL. I remember watching. I've seen Templar live. No, I didn't see Templar live. I maybe have seen him once live before. I remember he was booked to battle Twerk after Summer Madness. That I do remember. And salute Templar. Templar's a good talent, and I'm glad to see he's had a bit of resurgence, because there was a point where he was down. He was almost out, you know. But he's crawled back, and he's doing something, and he's with the title match and whatever. And TKE, man, TKE. What was he? Was the most improved last year? He's got something. He's got something, and he's not letting up. He's not letting up. And the only thing with Templar is you can't always bet that he has the strongest performance. Sometimes it is a little shaky against a character like TKE. Sometimes it is, just to be real. Sometimes it is, and I hope he proves me wrong. I pray to God he proves me wrong, because I fucking love Templar, and I just love the exaggeration of it. I love the visionary. I love all this that he does, and how he doesn't. It's not the pocket that gets you in. It's kind of like we say we go on the roller coaster. He's not for the rapping pockets. It's he again gets louder and louder and louder, and it's like next thing you know, bang. It's a different way of approaching it. But I do think TKE, for every bar and 4-bar setup that Templar has, I think TKE just has about 8 to 16. Like I think TKE, I've got him winning it, because I think he'll get to the point quicker. Whatever the angle is, whatever the punchlines are, I think he'll get to the point quicker, where it just takes a bit of momentum setup and a bit of this to then get to where we want from Templar. And I just think by that point, if you're playing UFC, someone's trying to go for an overhand, and you've hit fucking 2 jabs and an uppercut by the time that overhand comes over the top. So I'm gonna go TKE 2-1. Yeah, TKE 2-1. Because I'll never not give Templar a round. So let's get to Premier Battles, right? This is the semi-finals. That's like the top. That's like the top of the card. Semi-finals for the $3 tournament. Fire. Now we've got a bit of build-up coming into this. I'm hoping to see some sort of, like, you know, like whether it's a face-off or something. You know what I mean? Something just to whet the appetite. You know, something just to give us a little nuance and going into it, the storyline, especially Pagan versus Dub T. Give us a little something that we can get into. But it's a good card. It is a really good card, especially for a UK versus UK. Like, it's actually, do you want to know? It would actually be hard to say what is the main event of this card. Like, if this wasn't a tournament and you had a good amount of these battles all lined up, there's like 4 or 5 that are in contention for main event. Like, and it's just the way the card's structured. There is a good amount of battles. So let's get into it. Beyond versus the Abbott. Now, the Abbott, I think, did a tryout and maybe went to do this tournament. I can't quite remember. But, you know, it's good. Salute the Abbott for coming into this and taking on someone like Beyond. Beyond, I really like Beyond. But I do like his style, which is, you know, it's heavily critiqued, but I do like the style. And it just needs a little fine-tuning, a little work, a little... And I don't want to sound like the boys from the Dead Men talking, a little bit of UK reference, and like you just one thing about Beyond is I don't feel the references that he's using are things that he knows. And that sounds like a real dig. That sounds like an awful dig, to be honest. That I'm assuming that he's stupid, or that he's trying to say something because he's seen someone say it in a way and referencing it. But there's like a level of passion that might come into, and for example, like a Pokemon bar, right? And you, instead of something like Pikachu and Blastoise, you know, you know, you could start referencing abilities, you know, and you know, and like something like a Regigigas, because you have a slow start, you know, like if you you know, if the reference is yours, you'll, whether you're making it more niche or whatever or something, the reference game isn't original. Maybe that's, and again, that sounds a bit mean. I feel like if it must be something that he really likes, that is kind of common knowledge, whether it's anime or something like that, like, you know, someone like Black Tea will love that shit, like some sort of reference that if he's passionate about, I want that, because I want the nuance of it. You know, like whether it's like Jack 3, this is just shit that I was like, you know, Jack 3 and the light and dark eco, and they're all the wombat, like the Lomax or whatever. That's the Lorax, that's another thing. But they're you know, that the precursors are them. Spoiler alert, like, you know, or Jack X, a car game or something. You know what I mean? I'm going into really niche areas, but if it's, I feel like there's something I think he could get into. Beyond Style says he wants niche references, and right now we're scratching the surface of it. I think Beyond will win. I've not too much to say about that, but other than go out there and if you beat one of the new prospects in the tournament, you know that's a leg up for you to hopefully be on another card like this or moving forward. So, you know, I said it before the tournament, go have fun. Go have fun and do your fucking thing, and just be confident when you're saying it. Whatever you're saying it with chest. But I do have Beyond winning. And after this, what's the main event? What the fuck's the main event after? Like, after that card, after that battle, what the fuck's the main event? Like, there's just solid fucking battles here. So, let's start off with Gaspuff versus Dojo. This is a battle that surely that should have happened before, but it's like now it makes sense because Dojo's up at a level now and Gaspuff is out the tournament, and you know, like, Gaspuff was kind of above Dojo, like in like kind of like the crop before Dojo kind of, and then came into the game, and they do similar things, whether it's the promo and whatnot. You know, like Dojo's corner seems to be taking off pretty well, and Gaspuff is just such a clever mind that he knows how to play the algorithm. He knows what he's doing. He's a mini Anderson Burris in that sort of way. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's my helpline. Gaspuff, help me. Any fuck up, I'm calling Gaspuff if it's an IT problem, because he's the fucking man. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one to call. This one could be main event. This could be a main event of this entire card. This is part of it. Like, this is a very good battle. It could be the main event. So now Gaspuff, I think Gaspuff's projection's better. I think Dojo can attack more. I think Gaspuff is a far better performer, respectfully, because I like for Dojo, like, he had an amazing battle versus Dub T, amazing battle. As one of the, again, I'm going to do a tier list of all these battles because that's one of the best battles of the tournament as well. It's surprisingly high quality from the whole tournament by the third bracket, but. In my mind palace, this is still an opportunity for Dojo. Like, Dojo, like, he went through it, but it's not right because they're of the same level. But you know, this is out of the tournament now. You're now facing people that you're not forced to battle, rather than people that are now like, okay, well, I'll take him now that the offers are starting to roll in for someone like Dojo, you know, and truth be told, Dojo did battle Tech in the middle of battling before battle. Oh, and because and I was so sad to see Gas Buff's the interview with Halston Report when he was like, I could not do this. I thought it was shit. I did this, and like I'm expecting high quality work from Gas Buff for taking this battle. I am expecting high quality work. And Dojo's been so goddamn consistent. Like, Dojo's gonna be one of those battle rappers where you're getting solid eights. You know what I mean? Like you're getting solid eights pretty consistently. And it just depends on the vibe. Like it's gonna be great material no matter what. Like tailored. It'll be of a Dojo brand. But Gas Buff. I tell you what, I'm gonna edge Gas Buff. I'm just edging Gas Buff, 2-1. But I'm more equating that to, if I was to compare both of their performances versus Frost in a very similar time period. Like Frost kind of fucked the, kind of messed up versus Gas Buff, but like even before that or after that, like I'm comparing the performances of the opponents, and Gas Buff's material was just a little more well-rounded in comparison and connected more with the people, and I think it's quite a good way of kind of understanding what it will go on in a battle. But I like, just don't be surprised if Dojo takes this quite handedly. Like, don't be surprised. This Dojo reeks of the underdog at all times. He reeks of the underdog, and I'll be waiting for the point that he, like, beyond the short circuit, that he's main eventing these cards, and he has, I don't know, whether it is throw a name out there like an Arc or Frankie Frazier. The day will come where he has these battles prepared, and he's just got to go through the circuit of it all now. Now we've got here. He's already had, like, I think we can touch that visual battle. There's a little waves and goes that we get to where we want to get to next. We need to visit that Dojo vs Whispers again. We need to revisit after this tournament. Let's revisit that one, okay? But I would say this has become more even now as a battle in comparison to what was going on before. I'm sorry, Dojo. You're going to text me and tell me that you're fucking wildin'. Just Slimbuck versus Hamel. Knock. Premier battles. Briggsy. I watched you and Bloodstroke just say that you know what Hamel does really well? He's not jumping out the bandwagon and battling. He's not battling the top guys. He's staying within his class. He's taking these guys out. And what the fuck have you just done? Huh? What the fuck have you done giving him the face? He's that man. Slimbuck is the face of UK battle rap. The absolute face. The most loved. Everyone loves Slimbuck. And you've given, okay, Hamel, you've been one of the favorites in the tournament. You had a great battle, like, amazing academy battle, amazing battle versus the Burke. Now go face to face. Now go be the heel. Go be the bad guy. Bruh. I will say this. I fucking love it. This is another one. This could be a main event. It should be a main event. This is absolutely, and stylistically, bro, Slimbuck clever. Get him out of the way now, because you have to face him a year and a half down the line. That's a problem. Get him out of the way now. While he's just been in the tournament, he's just been doing all this shit. Just get him the fuck out of the way. Done. Just leave him. He's in the past. He's clever. He's in Slimbuck ain't shit. I will say, in comparing battles, and Slimbuck has had great battles versus Craig G, versus Photo Boy, Like I've seen the Photo Boy one, was amazing. And salute Slim Buck. I'm still the beer pong champion. That doesn't change. I'm kind of rooting. I'm rooting for both, but there's a part of me going, you know what? I like a bad guy. I like a bad guy, and Hamill can be a bad guy. But that's not. If I to put that on the bookie, it would be the odds would be higher for Hamill to win on the bookies. Well, let's say that. I do think Slim Buck's got it, but I am more interested on what Hamill has to say to Slim Buck than what Slim Buck will say to Hamill. Because how the fuck does Hamill approach someone that we all love? Like, is there an angle that we like? Obviously, there's the suitcase angle that Maverick, because Maverick, and I get he's falling out with Premier Battles, and hate it. Now, with Maverick and Slim Buck, Maverick just went, I'm just fucking gun hole. Like, yeah, I'm a bad guy. Fuck off. Like, I don't care. And the crowd had to react. And Maverick used other moves, whether it's momentum building, a bit of humor in there, relating to the crowd, performance, to then connect to the crowd against the guy that is the face. That is getting reaction because the bars are fire and he's very likable. Does Hamill do that? I don't know. At that point, Slim Buck was the guy coming out of the Giannis battle. He was Himothy, you know. Like we were all anticipating the next Slim Buck battle, and okay, yeah, I'm gonna go Slim Buck 2-1 because I don't think Hamill can do what Maverick did to Slim Buck. And that's not me comparing the two. I'd fucking love to see Maverick versus Hamill. I'd fucking love to see that. But in comparing what like you're up against the face, you have to approach it as a bad guy. You have to approach it. Unless you can out good guy the good guy. Yeah, you can't do that to Cody Rhodes. You can't do it to Cody Rhodes, man. You cannot do that to Cody Rhodes. Hey yo, real quick, I'll take a second to talk about this. I realised I hadn't spoke on the Briggsy and Frost situation, so I don't have too much of an opinion on this. Again, it's on Beat Battles, it can be whatever it is, but the important thing will be the production. King of the Dot have shown that with good production you can get the fine line between pen game and battle rap. You can do that. Fuck, I look like shit. I've just come back from a stag do. I am fucked. But yeah, there's a fine line to this. Now, obviously, Frost has a bit of a rapping background and whatnot, but I think Briggsy has a bit more of it. I know Briggsy's just retired. No one ever fucking retires. Again. So, I know it's a thing, but if I'm going to predict someone to win, it's probably Briggsy, but there's nothing about this is about winning. It's about showing off and having highlight moments to then put on reels and TikToks after. So just want to say that one real quick too, because I've noticed it was on the card, and when I did this whole thing before when I was stag do, it's like, oh no, I need to add that in at some point. But I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of the video. Sean Cray versus Who is Orion. Now I just seen Who is Orion just go off on pen game again. Bro, am I becoming compromised for pen game? Am I becoming it? I might be. I might be. I just watched Who was Orion go off, and you know, he had a cigarette that he was like, oh, last time I threw cigarettes at you, made you flinched. You should have flinched, like, and did it again, and actually threw cigarettes at him, which was a violation by any means. But And I watched him live versus Lou Castro, and really, do you want to know what? I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with Who's Orion. I don't think he wins this, but this battle makes sense. It really makes sense. Who is Orion? Got, like, you know, of pen game fame, you know, doing like in Sean Cray of the pub man shit. Like it'd be interesting to see how Who Is Orion takes on the pub man thing, you know, whether it's punches or jokes or whatever that he does. It'd be interesting to see how he does in like Sean, and Sean will do Sean, and he'll have the crowd, he'll have the, you know what I mean, like Sean's a master of what he does and not going above the mark and keeping with himself. I'd argue him versus Frankie Fraser is such a great battle because Sean goes above the mark, like, and goes above and beyond like the expectations, but we have such a high expectation now of Sean Cray. He's hitting that bar pretty consistently, whether like other than the Bobby Rex battle, Lefty, Coffee, and battles before that, he's hitting a consistent bar. Raptor, he's hitting a consistent bar, which Who Is Orion has to reach. And will he reach it? Possibly, but can he keep it up for 3 rounds? Maybe not. So I'm going to go 2-1 Sean Cray off the consistency, but Who Is Orion could snatch around easy. Sam Hypes versus the Bark. Sam Hypes just kind of fucked the tournament, didn't he? He just fucked it all. You know, Briggsy out of here. You know, who did he battle before that? Was it Quicksilver? No, it wasn't Quicksilver. He battled someone else before. I think it was Quicksilver, and was all right. He just fucked the whole tournament. He totally just did. And now he's in the semi-final. And I respect the easy man's way on the journey. I really do. And it was just really good. I hope he's taken what was done in that performance and actually goes forward with it. Now, I don't have him beating the Burke. I just think the Burke has done so much good work throughout the entire tournament. It's been a real highlight, a real performance maker, making every battle competitive, a moment maker more than anything else. Like whether it's the shit versus Frost and you know, and the concept versus Hamill, and you know, like he's so good. And he's so unorthodox that it's going to look like it's like kickboxing versus boxing, at least how it comes across. You know, we know what Sam Hypes does, and he's going above and beyond it a bit, but in a don't know where the fuck the next one's going to land from. That's the Bark. So I'm going to go 2-1 the Bark, but Sam Hypes just know he could steal it. Like there's no point even betting against Sam Hypes because I mean he takes that. He might just take the whole fucking tournament. Like he's taking down Briggsy. Like he could beat anyone. Like he really could. He could beat anyone. You know, on a good day. So like, yeah, don't sleep on Sam Hypes. The Berg, please don't. Please don't. Again, this could have been a main event. And at least like another one that could be a main event. Again, they're all it's interesting how it lays out. The Burke versus Pagan. Other than Slim Buck and Hamill, for me, this is probably battle of the night. Probably. Pagan's material has been so good the entire tournament. Like nothing is wasted. And I really appreciate that. I made a point on a video before that I felt that Dub T had a lot of pressure put on him to be better than what he is, and maybe we're getting the best of Dub T under the disguise of he can be even better. And that really sounds like a fucking diss, and I don't mean that to be. I imagine being the pressure of expecting the best material. I just wrote 14 rounds and you're still telling me I could be better over the space of 5 months. You're still telling me I could be better. That would be tough. That would fuck with me. Like that would totally fuck with me. Like but you know, hopefully that kind of it puts the fire in his back. But if you constantly being told that, and after each performance has continued to be told that, and I love the Dub T versus Dojo battle. That's a fucking amazing battle, you know. And he had a good performance versus Quicksilver. Quicksilver put the pressure on him, you know. But I like that we've got this, as I like what he's doing, and especially we talked about this on the We're Winning Mars episode, the last one. In the way that he's kind of like, well, I came to this tournament to battle legends and other people, and who did I battle? All my contemporaries. You know, I like the annoyance. I like that he's pissed off at it, and to me, oh, now he's taking it out on Pagan, which, you know, Pagan probably will counter right for. That's Pagan will probably have something about, oh, when you battled some of us and you got fucked. Like, I could see that coming from Pagan. So how does Dub T approach that? And, you know, like, where does it go? Because what the final is, either Dub T versus Sam Hypes or Dub T versus the Burke. Now, they battled as well, actually. God, there's a story to tell there. Did they not battle? I'm sure the Burke and Dub T battled. Oh man. There's a story there. That's if the Burke wins. Dub T and the Burke win. Who do I have winning this battle? I'm rooting for both. Right, let's get that one clear. I'm rooting for everyone in the tournament, and whoever I say win or loses, you know, all respect to the winner, all respect to the loser. You know what I mean? I'm not putting anyone down. I actually appreciate Pagan's writing more than what Dub T is doing currently. I am more invested in Dub T going through to the final because of the pressure and the drama curve that come with it. So with the loss versus kick, and how he only slithered his way in because it was a Red Wolf beat kick. So it was like he just slithered himself through into the tournament by the skin of his fucking teeth and had to fight his way up to where he is now. And now he's one battle away from the final. I'm rooting for that story. And for that. But oh my god. Okay. The problem here, battle rap is a bitch. You never get a complete story in battle rap. You never do. Sue Surf versus Lux should have been a total classic battle, and that fell like shit in rain. You know, like King Los, like Mickey Fax was supposed to destroy DNA, and DNA kind of dog walked him. You know, built up stories over years. King Los and DNA, like that like battle rap, DNA should have destroyed King Los, but that became a close battle. Like, you know, there's so Math Hoffa versus Serious Jones rematch, that should have been a classic battle. That was dog water. Like there's so many, like Twerk right now, like he should be the greatest of all time, but isn't. He has the greatest performances of all time, but isn't the greatest battle rapper, because battle rap is a bitch. And I'm seeing this now, and I'm the story I'm telling, it's too perfect. It makes me, my heart will say Dub T, my head says Pagan. And Pagan has to stop this momentum, which might be difficult, but Pagan has to stop the momentum. And if Dub T wants more of an opportunity, he needs to put that in the mind of the people, saying, here, I was the fucking bottom guy. Like, I was almost out and I fought. That's why we need a face-off or something. And I fought my way up. But battle rap is a bitch, so I'm going to go Pagan. I'm rooting for Dub T. But I'm also rooting for Pagan because I love Pagan. I love him as a person. I love him, like, I really do. But just off the storyline alone, I have to give that one to Dub T. It would just, I have to give my heart to Dub T, but I'm going to say Pagan 2-1. That is the predictions video. At least for these events in June. I'll spin the block for second bar City. And then we'll have a conversation about Shotty Horror versus Gemini, because I think that's due. Now it's announced. We got one or two things to talk about.
just how